Cancelled.
Schweezy.
You bet I'm coming up in May.
We only got so many of those left, folks. Welcome here. What was it? Okay, let's get started. So, HIPAA, some of you know HIPAA, if you worked in any medical field, that was enacted in 1996. What is it? Here's what I copied from online. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996, HIPAA, is a federal law that requires the creation of national standards to protect sensitive patient health information from being disclosed without a patient's consent or knowledge. But these show... knowledge, okay. And, yeah, basically that's it. And it's a good thing because I think this was during the AIDS epidemic and, like, people with AIDS were getting hired for jobs and shit, you know? Which, yeah, that's... AIDS isn't cool. But, anyways, though, I wanted to talk about what we would call medical shows. Medical shows, people, it's like going to your doctor, but we're filming it like a reality show. Now, I've talked about Dr. Pimple Popper, the GOAT, Dr. Pimple Popper, the best of every medical show, like Dr. Pimple Popper, 100%. I don't count. Do you count my? If you count my 600-pound life, but they do, it's a little medical. So these are like full-blown medical shows. I wanted to talk about today, specifically medical shows on TLC, making doctors' visits or surgeries content. And I think the reality and the problem with it is that I love it most of the time. I'm going to talk about. I think I got 4 shows today. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got 4 shows today I want to talk about. The one show that could have made it, but I couldn't get through, a show called Stuck, where people have things stuck in their bodies, and it's a surgeon's job to remove it. And yeah, you know how like people get stabbed in movies and it doesn't really feel good to you in your body? You're like, ugh. And I'm not even like a queasy person. Like, that's the thing, though. I've watched multiple of these shows, and I can get grossed out. Some of it looks traumatizing, what they're doing, but for the most part, yeah, it doesn't get me too of it. So let's get into the shows that I've been talking about. The shows, medical shows that I've been watching that I can't dedicate a whole segment to. They all get little parts of one big segment. First one I want to talk about is Tobro. Yes, I know it's on A&E. I'm sorry. They're not all TLC shows. Everything else, I believe, is on TLC, but they're all on Discovery Plus. And we all know Discovery Plus is if you like people getting murdered and trash people living their lives, and then some learning stuff sometimes. These shows, you actually do learn a lot from these shows. I think this is the medical shows on TLC or any network is the last of, like, for the Learning Channel, it's the last of content you learn from. Like, 90 Day, you don't learn anything from 90 Day Fiancé. You learn that, like, Moroccans are awful. I don't know. That was just a joke. I have nothing against Moroccan people. But I do like Pokimane. I believe she's Moroccan. I hope. And I'm not going to look it up, though. So the first one to talk about Tobro, yes, it was on A&E, so it's not all. So, reading the bio, with feet firmly planted online, Jonathan Tomines, wow, like, that's his last name. Like, you have to be a podiatrist. Like, his dad was a podiatrist, true. A YouTube sensation by performing oddly satisfying and cringe-worthy procedures, earning the catchy nickname, The Tobro. The registered chiropodist, or I think chiropodist, I guess that's who you go to for ingrown nails, sought out by patients via social media from far and wide, trained in his father's practice before making over full-time in 2012. He treats a range of shocking feet problems from runaway fungus to ingrown toenails, from odd protrusions to warts, pincer nails, and strange embedded objects, and has helped more than 5,000 patients. Hour-long episodes follow 4 visitors to Jonathan's practice, hoping he can fix their hidden painful secrets. So, yeah. People are like, Schweezy, do you have a foot fetish? No. And watching shows like this is the reason why. I'm like, so much goddamn fungus. And at some point in your life, okay, you just get so old that you just have toe fungus. And like, it's like, yeah, it just happens. Like, there's no, I mean, you could try and treat it, but a lot of it's not going away, you know? and it's just fine because not everyone needs sucking toes, you know, like no one. Some guys, my friend TJ, I think his partner, we're gonna call it his partner, has to keep their partners. Their partner has to keep their toes pretty clean because her partner. Okay, I've messed up. Her partner, TJ Marv, Ghost Town Remedy. Go check them out. They're on tour right now. He has a foot fetish, and so she has to keep up with that. And yeah, so the thing I love about the show is my two favorite things, like of the gross stuff to watch. I love pimple popping, especially blackhead popping, like nose blackheads or dilated pores and stuff like that. Oh, that's the best. And I love ingrown toenail removal. So, like, what they'll do is everyone does it different. The chiropodist. I'm going to say chiropodist. That sounds easiest. Like, some of them film it. That's what, like, the Toe Bro does. He does it, like, where it looks like the person's foot won't have to be removed after this surgery. And there's some they just, like, these Mexican guys. I follow a couple of those guys. They just, like, fucking... They're trimmed down. They look at clean, painless. They're like a fucking factory going on to that shit. So don't diss out Mexicans. They could easily make like a Spanish version of this show. And even that page is helping me learn Spanish too a little bit. But no, he removes a lot of ingrown toenails. And by golly, are those satisfying. I've had ingrown fingernails, and I think I've had, like, my toenails could be a little ingrown. I maintain it, you know, try to keep it maintained. I have one nail that's curving, one toenail that's curving weird. I have a lot of problems. I need to go to this guy. And basically, he'll remove that, and oh, man. You people go in, and if you've never had an ingrown toenail, it's like stabbing inside of your feet. So it's just like, even the slightest pressure on, like, the finger or the toe is just awful. Like, guys, like, on the show, they're like, yeah, I had my own business, but with these ingrown toenails, I kind of had to stop doing that because I can't, like, move as I want to. I'm like, it's that bad, like, how bad ingrown nails are. Which makes me even think, like, why, like, a lot of people even have to get, like, the full nail removed, too. And to be honest with you, I'm like, at some point, I'm like, do I even need my toenails anymore? Like, I wear socks, like, a majority of the time. And I'm like, I sleep with socks on. I know some people think I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. I know. Okay. Yeah, so like that's usually what's good. It's mostly ingrown toenails or foot fungus and stuff like that. It's usually like removing it from like the little skin, and it's like, super satisfying. I'm kind of upset this show only lasted one season. Yeah, I think I get why, because the production of the show is bad, but I love fucking watching those ingrowns get out, like, high quality, like, getting out of there. Oh, man, dude, it's like immediate relief. It's like pressure, sharp pressure in your nail bed, and then removed, and it's like, it's like, oh, so it feels good. So anyways, that's the best way to describe the Toe Bro. Like, you'll remove, corns on people's feet too. I was like, that's gotta fucking hurt too. It's like every time you're walking around, there's a little rock in your shoe. Like, you're always stepping on it all the time. You have to like really dig in, scrape it out to get rid of it. So that's cool. It's cool to watch little surgeries. If you're into watching feet, if you want to watch some light feet surgery, now this show is the light show, and I think the reason why this show got canceled is because of another show, the next show that we are talking about. My Feet Are Killing Me, which is also, so I need to learn the difference between chiropodist and podiatrist, I guess. You know, My Feet Are Killing Me. Let me read that. Well, the bio. While many may find feet to be an unusual topic for a television series, Dr. Pimple Popper has proven that there is a demographic for just about anything. My Feet Are Killing Me follows Dr. Brad Schaefer, Ebony Vincent and Sarah Holler, podiatrists who radically transfer the feet and lives of every of their patients. While viewers may be shocked by the subject matter, each episode opened with a warning, with some scenes may be graphic. Doctors Brad and Sarah are based in New Jersey, where they help the feet of the East, whereas Dr. Ebony's practice, her passion for the paws in Southern California. So, yeah. And this show, so they also go around to talk about feet. So there's like two different type of feet doctors now. You have two, I guess you have 2 feet, 2 different types of feet doctor, you know. It's the rule of 2, you know.
This is the type of guy you get.
Now I'm the fucking idiot, you know. I was like, what? Why does there be a chiropodist and like a podiatrist? Like, there's 2 because we have 2 feet. That's why. You fucking idiots. And yeah, so my feet are killing me. This is the radical surgery, and like I'm like watching it, hoping it has a satisfying thing, you know, coming in there. You know, it's like cleaning up or something like that. Nope, it's almost exclusively amputations and bunion surgery. Now, what is a bunion, you may be asking? Well, a bunion is when there's like the little ball where your big toe is, kind of, you know, it kind of protrudes, you know, like on your right foot to the left and on your left foot to the right, you know, way too much. You know, you've probably seen people with like gross ass feet like that. So they fix it. Apparently it's a bad thing. And yeah, I guess they wouldn't go to the doctor unless like they were having like walking problems and shit like that. You know, it's always like fucking bone surgery. Like, all right, now we gotta fucking put this goddamn fucking screw in there. And also, let's talk about Dr. Brad for a second here. We gotta talk about Dr. Brad. He is like the guy, like, say you have a daughter, you know, remember like those white people who like do like fall photo shoots think of those families. That's the guy you want your daughter marrying. Is like, oh, I heard Brad's in town, you know. So presuming your daughter's name is Sarah. I don't know. Sarah's a fun name. I was like, Sarah, Dr. Brad Schaefer's in town for Christmas. You should go talk to him. You know, he's a podiatrist. Like, he is everything you want in that. Dr. Ebony is cool. She's just like a normal person. And then she's all right. I'd fuck Dr. Ebony, okay? You know what? Okay, we're just getting everything out there. We're gonna make sure everyone knows my views on everyone. I'm just saying in white people standards, Dr. Brad is like, please marry my daughter. Please, just I'll give you 3 goats if you marry my daughter. All right, honey. That's how business is done. But yeah. I would say if you get queasy, this is not the show. Because these are fucking brutal foot surgeries. They're like fucking sounds like they're using like power tools on people's feet. Like they're like shaving bone. Like, it's just, that's the stuff. So anyways, though, that's my feet are killing me. Great show. If you really like feet, that's the show you get into. Another one. Third one we have Bad Hair Day. Patients with extreme hair-related medical issues seeking out Dr. Angie Phipps, Dr. Mina Singh, and Dr. Isha Lopez for life-changing procedures and treatments from hair restoration to hair removal and every extreme in between. These doctors do it all. So, this show lasted 6 episodes, too. I binged that. I've been, smoking some good stuff and then playing some Breath of the Wild with this on in the background. Like, I am addicted to that game. That game is crack. That game is crack, dude. That game is crack, dude. Like, I already told you last week, first 5 minutes playing that game, and I'm like, it's like that first time you ever got drunk and you had a good night, and you woke up the next morning, no hangover. It's like, that's that feel. It's like, oh, I can feel that good with no consequences. Sign me up. So then Bad Hair Day. First of all these doctors have very striking hairs. And look up a picture yourself. I'll show a picture. There's going to be a picture probably here. Bad Hair Day. Yeah, Angie Phipps is my favorite because she's from South Carolina and she has a Southern accent, but she helps a lot of trans patients, and they made an effort to show that. She's like, I ain't no fucking hillbilly. I just talk like I'm I just talk like it. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to be like a hair doctor, might I suggest to you, make sure that you're okay with trans people and don't hate them and shit. Because if you go into hair, you meet a lot of trans women. Always trans women. The trans men, they don't seem to have hair problems. I wonder where that is. They don't seem to lose their hair. Actually, I think some do, because like the reason why you lose your hair is like testosterone, which makes me worried that I have low testosterone because I have so much fucking hair. Then I also have to question, if I do have low testosterone, should I take testosterone injections? Because I don't want to lose my hair. Like, that's the thing. You're like, you're not going to want to fucking murder a deer. I'm like, okay, I can live. I'll just live with that, and have a full head of hair. So that's cool. But yeah, there's people. So if you hate trans people, yeah, you're going to have a lot of trans patients. So you got to get over that shit. And be like, they're just like us. Just the private parts are mixed up. Just some of the weird stuff is mixed up. And so they help. I think Dr. Meena Singh, she's from Kansas City, Kansas, so rock chalk there. But Angie Phipps is great. So yeah, you get a lot of that. A lot of people going bald, or alopecia is a big thing. Black people, apparently there's a hair problem there, which yeah, alopecia is the big one they help with, and it's because like you just like lose hair in random spots in your head. Some people had like weird OCD and like they pulled out their eyebrows and shit like that. So yeah, like the hair transplants are cool. And I always say, look, if you're going bald and like it's too late to be like for like Rogaine or whatever you think, like just get a hair transplant. Like get the hair transplant, because you're either going to get made fun of for getting the hair transplant or get made fun of for being bald. And honestly, only guys are going to make fun of you for the hair transplant. Women are going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Well, you have a great head of hair. And you know what? You got what you're paying. Because women are always like fucking... Women do more shit to their bodies than men do. So, like you getting, like, surgery for hair, like, a woman's going to be fine about that, Some women are okay with bald guys, which I can see, but, like... if you have hair, you're just better than bald people, you can lose hair, and like, but having hair is better than not having hair, You know what I'm saying? So that's Bad Hair Day. The last show I want to talk about is Awake Surgeries. Dr. Gruber performs cosmetic surgery on patients while they are completely awake. She's developed her own techniques for numbing, calming, and treating patients in order to perform their life-changing surgeries without them feeling a thing. This show is fucking crazy. Also, I didn't know that a lot of people have a fear with anesthesia, because you know why? Anesthesia, we don't know why it works, but it does. And with a gas like that, and so it got me thinking, do I want to be on anesthesia? Because I think if you do anesthesia, like, it takes recovery times a lot longer, because you're like, Rrr. You go from the best sleep of your life to waking up. There's consequences to your actions. That's what life is all about. That's the meaning of that. But no, there's a lot of this is straight plastic surgery. And so, but this doctor developed a form where she can keep people awake and not put them under anesthesia while she does the surgeries. And it's like, she has like two doctors just like tapping them, and it's like liposuction and shit. It's fucking wild. But do I want, awake during surgery, like, if ingrown, like, nail removal, or any a cyst or whatever on my body, I'm not worried about getting numbed up, because it's local, so they just, like, numb you and then cut it out and then sew you back up. But like this is fucking crazy. But they say recovery time is a lot quicker. So I don't know, there is something to it, but it is fucking wild to watch. I'm telling you, it is a wild experience. So, yeah, those are 4 medical shows. Thank you, TLC, for always keeping me entertained, a little grossed out, and interested. So thank you. Thank you for watching this clip.
watch it again or watch something else.